Ah, yes. Look at that lovely sunset. This perfect view that I have erected right here. Anyways, welcome back to another video of my Minecraft series. Still haven't developed a name for it. Didn't really get the time to. But in this episode, I'm going to finish up the interior of this house because I just didn't get to it last episode, and this really isn't suitable living, is it now? Especially the basement. There's just nothing in the basement, and it's very dark down here. I don't like it. So there's not even any doors on the house yet, and none of the windows that I wanted to put in. Other than fixing the house, I was hoping to get a sugarcane and gunpowder farm done today because I have ran out of rockets, and I've been struggling the last few days, just randomly killing creepers and stuff like that, harvesting the sugarcane down by the shore. Can't see it, but it's down there, and it hasn't been the best. It's very annoying, so I hope to get that done today. And I've already gathered the contents of my previous house, except all of the barrels and chests, to go ahead and put into this fabulous new house. And another thing I would just like to point out is, as I was editing the recording, my roof was way off. This side had like an extra block there, I think, and a block here, and it looked so horrible. Yet I looked at it 5 times in the recording and didn't notice it. Like, I don't know how I can be that blind. It was so obvious, and I just missed it. I don't know how, but as for the creeper and sugarcane farms, I have coincidentally already gathered all the materials because I just gathered way too much stone and wood for this house. I mean, look at how much is left. This was barely even full. Like, maybe these 2 slots weren't full. And I hardly used any of this, hardly used any dark oak or spruce, but that's perfect because for the creeper farm I want to build, it takes a lot of stone, slabs, and trapdoors, and I don't have to go out and get that, especially the trapdoors. They're very annoying. But anyways, on to fixing, now improving this house. Be back in, I don't know how long it's gonna take me. A few minutes or so. Shouldn't take too long. Alright guys, and we are back after finishing the interior of this house, and I'm really liking it. There's just only like really one issue, and that is there's not a lot of color. These bookshelves, the only thing that's not brown or like darker. I wish I would have added some more colors, like maybe some potted plants. There's not a lot of space in these rooms, so I couldn't really fit much, and I was gonna put iron bars here, just forgot to do that. But other than that, I really like it. I like these random barrels all over the place, and these bookshelves here, and the hanging lanterns. These are really, really cool. I don't like torches. I'm a big fan of lanterns. And down in the basement, ooh, I'm liking this place. This gives me I don't know, like underground tavern vibes. Have you guys like ever seen the barrels of kind of rum they hold up against the walls in taverns sometimes, or not in like, I don't think they do it in real life, but in Hollywood scenarios, yeah. That's what this reminds me of, and that's what I was kind of going for. I really like it, like especially this enchanting setup. I really had to work with the space I got and would put in chests, put chests in here too. So, but yeah, I'm really liking it. You got some desks here. The only issue was I had a hard time getting this room together because these windows kind of got in the way a little bit. Same thing with the light in this room up. I was gonna put a lantern here, but it looked weird next to this one. And then we've got the upstairs, and this is might be my favorite room of the house. I really like the 2 barrels here. I just really like how cozy it feels. This looks like a workspace or an office with the bookshelves here and the table here with the chair and all that stuff. Bed had a bit of a struggle. I was going to originally put the bed back here, but decided not to do that because it was kind of in the way. Then I put these nice trap doors on there. Bit annoying. Sometimes I walk up here and I want to click the bed, but I click the trap door. Other than that, that's kind of it for the interior. Not too much, but I did also put those windows up there, and I'm really liking that. It gives it more depth. I just kind of threw those together, and then I kept this little chimney here and didn't put a window there. It would feel like it interfered too much. But if you look at the back, there's nothing here. I just didn't do the back. I really didn't know what I wanted to do. Maybe I'll put like a doorway here leading out to a patio area here. That sounds nice. But it's a very tight space under here. You get a very low roof, and there's these 2 blocks, or this 2 block gap here. It's just going to be very hard to work with. I did put these buttons in to act as pins that keep these 2 wood logs together and stuff like that. Other than that, that was really it that was done to the house. I was gonna put something here, but my shulker boxes were all in the way, so I just didn't want to mess with that right now. And I wanted to do something back here. There's not a lot of space here for me to work with. This doorway comes out right here, and I can't really put anything here, so I just opted for a chair and tables here. But I'll probably put more stuff in. Maybe I'll put chairs facing that way so you get a better view. And I was thinking about putting some lounge chairs here, maybe. Maybe I was thinking about putting a fireplace here, but I'm not too sure yet. I gotta give it a little more thought. But enough about the house, and on to what the big plan for this video was. With that being a creeper and sugarcane farm. Now, I haven't gotten the materials for the sugarcane farm all done yet, but I don't think it's going to be very expensive. Maybe observers and pistons will be the most expensive part. But this creeper farm, man, it takes a lot of blocks. So I'm very glad I gathered so much extra stone and some deep slate. On top of all that stone and deep slate, I had to get a lot of trapdoors, but I also gathered tons of spruce and still have all this left over. It's going to be a long build. It's going to be a long build. I don't know how long it'll take me, but I'm thinking I'm going to make it right down in this area. It's going to be tall, because you got to have the AFK platform like 190 blocks or something crazy up top. But this is where the base of it's going to be. But I'm not going to keep the creeper farm bare. I'm of course going to cover it up with a building of sorts, industrial themed, but I don't have the concrete for that yet. So same thing with the sugarcane farm. I'm not going to leave that open. I'm going to cover that up too. The creeper farm I will be using is by Voltrox. I will leave his channel linked down in the description, along with a direct link to the farm I will be using. Alright, and now on to this building time lapse. Alright guys, and we are back after that time lapse. I went ahead and AFK'd for about 3-4-ish hours up there. I haven't checked the rate yet. I'm very excited to see what it is. The last time I built this farm, it had some crazy rates. I got so much gunpowder. Oh yeah, and look at all that. Oh, I'm not gonna need any more gunpowder for the rest of this world, am I, eh? This is so much, way more than I know what to do with. Well, I do know what to do with it, just not all of it. Ah, and that feels so nice. I never have to worry about rockets again. Look at all that, and there's still so much more in here. Oh, and for TNT purposes too, that's gonna be great. I hope to get this entire shulker box full of them and carried it around, because this would be so nice. I wouldn't have to worry about rockets at all when I'm adventuring or going caving. It'd be so nice. Okay, so let me just pop this in my end chest here. There we go. And now we are onto the sugarcane farm. Now I already gathered all of the resources required for it. They're all in this shulker box here. The design I will be using is by More Things. His channel link will be in the description, and so will a link to the direct farm I will be using. It's supposedly a fairly decent farm. It doesn't use any zero tick stuff or anything like that. Well, actually, I think Mojang got rid of that a few updates ago, but I don't know the hourly rate. The only thing I remember from building this farm in another world was that you can stack them. Now, I didn't stack it. I only created one of these, but you can like put 2 or 3 on top of each other. And I might do that in the future. I don't need all that sugarcane right now, but maybe I will. Additionally, off camera, I moved all of my resources from my old house down there into my new house up here. Everything's not super well organized, just general categories. The thing about this chest setup is it doesn't give a lot of item space, unlike the last one I had. So there's that slight issue, but I might make a little shack outside like I got down there, just as a means of storing everything in the future. And it's not going to be anything organized, no sort or anything like that, nothing too complicated. I just kind of want to throw my stuff into a chest and be done with it. Alright, and it's now onto the farm. I'm gonna put it here and then link this building up, or soon to be building, with the sugarcane farm. And then I'll have other farms like over here. I'm thinking a sheep farm over here and a concrete blaster. I don't know what they're called. They duplicate the TNT and make the concrete for you. I think I'm going to put one of those there. But anyways, enough about that. On to the time lapse. I'll see you guys in about a few minutes or so. Alright guys, and that is the sugarcane farm done. It took a lot shorter than I thought it was. That was maybe only 10-15 minutes it took me. And my mistake, but you cannot stack these. I thought you could, but that ended up being a different farm that I followed. But I can put them side by side, or maybe I can stack them. They just won't be like a hopper line coming all the way down, going into a central chest system. They'll just have different floors. But if you look at the size comparison between the creeper farm and the sugarcane farm, it is extremely different. So that's kind of why I'm hoping to make a few more in the near future, because this just looks a little too unproportional for me. Now, creating that sugarcane farm made me realize how poor I actually was. I don't have a lot in here. There's hardly any iron. There's a little bit of coal. There's some diamonds left over, but there's generally not a lot here, especially that redstone. So I'm thinking we go on a little mining adventure. And it's going to be different because since I installed Optifine and Fabric, my Fulbright has not worked. So I'm going to be going in the cave with a torch and lantern in hand to light my way down there instead of just, I don't know, kind of almost cheating. Alright, so I got everything ready for this mining trip. Plenty of torches, stack of oak logs, plenty of fireworks, plenty of food, some empty shulker boxes to put everything in, and my end chest just in case things get too full. And I will see you guys after this trip is done. It'll probably be a few hours for me, but just 2 minutes for you. So I'll see you in 2 minutes. Alright guys, and we are back from mining, and look at all the stuff I've got. Safe to say I'm not going to need copper for quite a long time. Look at all these diamonds, this iron, gold, a little lacking to be honest, but hey. Same thing with all this redstone. I got so much redstone over here. It was so fun. Like, I enjoyed myself thoroughly when I was mining. I saw some really cool caves and stuff like that. Found another entrance to a off in that direction. I think you might be able to see it from here. It's like, yeah, the ocean's like pouring into this cave, and it just looks so cool. I'm thinking I'm gonna do something with this in the future. Maybe make this part a mining operation of some sort. I don't know, but it's just so cool down here, and I really want to do something with it. But on that discovery, this is the end of the video. I really hope you guys enjoyed it, and we got a lot done today. Those farms, that's gonna come in great handy in the future. I'm thinking next episode we do some more farms, maybe a wool farm of some sorts. I haven't gotten everything together yet, but I'll have to think about it some more. But anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you guys in the next episode. Goodbye.